Greetings, community, and welcome to NCBD Comics and another edition of Kevin's most anticipated reads tomorrow for New Comic Book Day 11/20, 2024. Here we are once again. Here we are once more. And to those of you that catch me on the rewind, man, I want to thank you so much. Seriously, the channel is slowly building. I wasn't expecting that, and I'm getting close to 300. I wasn't expecting that either. So I greatly appreciate you cruising in, supporting me, and I'm seeing that you cruising in on the rewind quite often. So I want to thank you, and those that cruise in on the live. Well, hey, let's go ahead and make the acknowledgement now by saying, "Hey, Las Cruces, I appreciate you being here." Mike, how are you? Seriously, it's great seeing you, brother. I hope all is well, and I hope all in your family is doing well also. And yeah, man, I appreciate you guys being here, hanging out with me. How about we start with a little almost PSA about a book that I've been waiting for quite some time. What I mean by that is this is the ash can to these seasons. This will be in some select stores coming out to you tomorrow on 11/20/2024. Some of you may have already received it last week. I think there was only a couple shops that did. I believe they're coming out this week and next week. If you're interested and or into the stylings, writings of Rick Remender, I highly recommend this book. This is one that I've been looking forward to for quite some time. With just the summarization in which that I read, I completely fell in love with the concept. I was waiting for the sash can to come out. I was hoping I'd be able to land it, and here it is. So if you're interested, I hope that you look for it, and I do hope that you may find one. It is a story, if I may quickly, about four sisters, the Seasons. They are the sisters and daughters of the Seasons detectives who disappeared 10 years prior, into which the story that resides at the time which that we read, where there's a situation in which that only one of the sisters can resolve. The other three sisters are completely dependent, as you may have guessed. Yes, the Season sisters are named after the seasons. That is winter. That is spring, summer, and fall. Boy, that took me a moment, didn't it? I was a little nervous there. Don't put me on the spot like that. I don't do well. So I did, like I say, mention that I have read some of the aspects of it. I have not touched into this ash can. Why? Well, because it wasn't my most anticipated read. That being stated, it was really close. I almost did jump in there, but hey, look, you know what? Discipline reigns. So here I am telling you that if you're looking for something kind of different, but in the stylings, as I made mention, the writing of Rick Remender, this is it. The Seasons will be coming out January 15th. If you can wait, I'm just saying. So, all right, let's start off by talking about Marvel. Marvel is going to start off by giving us on 11/20/2024 that I'm looking forward to reading. Chasm, The Curse of Cain, issue number 4. This has been a series in which that I've been enjoying, and one in which that really is because of the originally I was somewhat a Ben Reilly fan. Now Ben has changed into this other character, this other personification of a new thing. But what I really enjoyed about this change was really the attachment that came along with it, which was Hallows Eve. Their relationship I actually enjoy more, and that character Hallows Eve more than the actual character Chasm. However, there's been a unique understanding of where this character is going, and I do appreciate how they're writing it. Even though it's initially started out as a bad guy, it's kind of one of those, as you well guess, you know, vigilantes doing the right thing for, just you kind of get it, the feel. And I think that's where it's more pointing at is, the reluctant vigilante type thing. And that's, the anti-hero type. So it almost seems that way, but I'm just curious. And again, it's mostly because I'm just looking forward to seeing, how they wrote in Hallows Eve and so forth. But this has been an enjoyable series for me, nonetheless. So again, you've been reading it. You're probably even somewhat enjoying it. If you're not, I don't blame you. I'm not necessarily saying you have to go out and read it unless you are, one, a Ben Reilly fan, and or two, a fan of Hallows Eve. So again, Chasm, Curse of Cain, issue number 4 coming out to you 11/24. 11/24? 11/20, 2024. Moving out from that, we're going to talk about Immortal Thor, issue number 17. This has been a series that I've been enjoying pretty much on the regular, in the sense of it's been rather consistent. There's no significant ups, there's no significant downs, there's no been major keys. There's nothing that's driving this thing absolutely stupid, in the sense of allowing me, the reader, to be able to pick up a book and just be able to read it without wondering if I'm going to get it because of shop holding stuff. You know what I mean? So forth. So it's been cool because I don't know that, in my opinion, it's been solid to the regards of there is keys in there, and there is some solid storyline that will, in my opinion, be picked up down the road, and is significant to the storyline as it's being told now. It's being told rather well, I have to admit. This has been an enjoyable Thor. So if you've been reading, you know what I'm saying. So moving up now, let's go ahead and talk about Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider, issue number 7. This has been one I've been trying to actually get rid of. Hey, how you doing? I appreciate you being here, Christina, and dance with me. And the reason why is because, well, I'm just trying to shed some stuff. I have been able to knock off, well, I think it was 20 titles. Seriously. And the last time I did my pre-order. So that, for me, was over, it was like 23% I factored in or something. It was something crazy. So, you know, it was one that I was trying to get rid of at the same point. It's been, again, enjoyable. It's been one of those, every time I'm thinking, hey, look, I can finally drop it. Sheesh. So again, I am a fan of female characters. As I made mention about Hallows Eve, is one of the reasons why I was reading Chasm, even though I am somewhat a Ben Reilly fan. So being that Spider-Gwen, female, Gwen Stacy, alternative universe, is obviously a female-led character and one that can stand on her own. It's just a decent read when told and writ by a decent writer. So that's why I've been picking it up, and I can't put it down. So again, Spider-Gwen, yeah, issue number 7 coming out to you and me tomorrow on 11/20, 2024. Moving out from that, we're going to talk about Ultimate Spider-Man, issue number 11. Did I make mention I like female-led characters? We get an introduction of a character that I'm looking forward to enter this Ultimate Universe for a little bit, and that is who is the new Black Cat? The Ultimate Black Cat. Well, we kind of get a little taste in here. And speaking of a little taste, I really like this cover. Look, turkey for everybody. I'm curious to see how this works out with the introduction of yet another character. And I've really been enjoying this series. This has been another solid series, and most people would agree, in my opinion. So I can't wait to get into that book. Really, it almost made my most anticipated read. That close, but however, that far. So again, issue number 11 is just right up there, and I can't wait to jump my little fingers into that. However, it's gonna have to wait, and it's in place. You know, there's right alongside another one's gonna have to jockey for position, which is Venom War, Lethal Protection, issue number 3. The reason why is it ends here. That's what I'm saying. We're wrapping up to 2/3 of this whole Lethal Protective thing / Venom War ending, and we've got good introduction not only of a solid team, but something that can actually happen after this Venom War stuff. And we've seen teams, Lethal Protectors, and other teams, emerge even after other series have ended. Red Band. Help me out, people. We just had this event. I told you. Remember I making mention that I get put on the spot? I totally freak out. So yeah, the Blood Hunt Red Band, which just ended, also led to the formation of a couple of teams. So what I've really been enjoying with the series is individuals not only getting a taste of being used, essentially, is just another tool using, again, symbiotes, as we've seen all the way back in the 90s. However, we've been seeing used in a way in which that It allows others to be able to be accepted of symbiotes again in a broader spectrum. And what's that? It was starting to be both accepted and not accepted in this world as it stands. So, yeah, they're being utilized in a bad way, and yeah, they're coming up with new and gnarlier chemicals to go eliminate symbiotes altogether. At the same point, we're also seeing a dynamic of symbiotes that are being integrated into the Marvel universe that has never been seen before. I've been digging that, and that is part of what the Venom War has been doing. So, hey, I've been digging it, and Lethal Protectors has been an integral part of that. So, hey, again, as we wrap it up at the end of this, looking forward to reading it. Moving up now, we're going to talk about what if Minnie became Captain Marvel. I've been liking these what if things, especially as it's been using Disney characters to go ahead and make the tales of classic stories that some of us have grown up reading. I make mention I'm just kind of old. So what the cool thing is not so old of a story, that we get Minnie portraying Captain Marvel's introduction as her solo series, and we get some cool. Well, I've seen a couple covers, but one I ended up buying on eBay because it was that classic Captain Marvel going through space. Dude, I just love it. I can't wait to get it. I'm not going to read that one. I do have a standard cover A coming to me, but again, to regress, I've really been enjoying these what if series, and I can't wait to get my hands on future ones because it is allowing me to re-enjoy something that I've experienced before. So it's a new little twist on something that I've already pre-existingly liked. God, it's so cool. Boy, do they know marketing or what? Just saying. So that's why what if Minnie became Captain Marvel, issue number 1, coming out to you tomorrow, 11/20/2024. Let's move away from Marvel and move over to the Image place. Image is going to go ahead and give us a couple of titles, and starting off with Department of Truth, issue number 27. If you've been reading this thing like myself all the way through, you have an understanding that this has a difficulty in the understanding. What it does give you, though, when you start putting it all together, is a interesting look at the way I believe we all look at not only the world, but conspiracy theories, and especially if you, depending on the way you look at philosophy and depending on the way you look at Zen and all kinds of aspects of things in between, you know what I mean? Like a pseudo religion, pagan. My point being is that it allows the brain to wander significantly, and it touches on significant aspects that have happened through history. And it does give you and anyone else some things to play with and actually consider when it comes to aspects of history that had transpired, and we question the validity of these things. So it's been fun not only read these things for what it's been telling us, but be able to entertain, in my opinion, some preposterous ideas, but nonetheless preposterous in some of the ideas that I've heard told to me before. So I've really been digging the Department of Truth because outside of dealing with the reality of some of the people that I have to deal with in real life, I get to read a comic book and go, oh, okay, I get it. That's no different. It's just fun. Enjoy it, go for the ride, and look. That's what the Department of Truth is all about. Is they're trying to do their thing, everyone's trying to do their thing, and everyone believes they're doing the right thing. So who is anybody to say, right? So and again, to summarize and summarize, you know what I mean, is boy, that's gonna bother me when not remembering that word, is that Department of Truth has been enjoyable because it does touch on aspects of real life, and it does touch on things that have just been so fun to play with and so sci-fi that I can't put it down. It's much like when you just listen to certain people tell stories, and it's like, the old Whopper tale. Man, you should have saw it. It was like this big. That's the Department of Truth and why I guess I've been enjoying it. Moving after the Department of Truth, issue number 27. Let's talk about Geiger, issue number 8. There are other aspects of coming out even tomorrow that are making this whole universe that Jeff Johns is creating increasingly larger. I can't buy it all. Did I make mention I've been able to shed off because of the significant amount of titles, even though they're coming out with new ones and they're also written well. And I have been able to touch into some of the writings and pictures into the new title coming out tomorrow, The Rocketeers. I'm not. Where I'm going with that is I'm buying Geiger, issue number 8. I can't put that one down. I've been enjoying it. That was the one that kind of started this whole unnamed, this whole Ghost Machine universe, this whole, and that's what I'm sticking with. Not only that, but Rook Exodus and a few others that have branched out from it. I even end up getting Hyde. I even get another thing of Hyde. Where'd it go? 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 Ah. Can't find it right now, but I got, seriously? Can't find it. I end up even getting this special little edition of Hyde. So the Hyde stuff I'm going to do, devour, all that. I really enjoy, unfortunately, because I end up increasing titles, but I can't keep going beyond that. So Geiger issue number 8 is where I'm going to stay with Geiger. Keep reading that. I'm loving it. We're seeing old characters and what's that I've been waiting for, which is, hey, welcome back, Joe. And I can't put this book down. Jeff Johns is just killing it with this whole universe, and he's just killing it when it comes to my pocketbook. So look, I'm just saying, if you're reading any of this Jeff Johns stuff, be careful because it's all good. Let's move out from Marvel and let's talk about Boom. Because speaking of all good, what I've been having a lot of fun with is Garfield, which comes out to you tomorrow and me on 11/20/2024, which is issue number 4. This completes the whole mini issue, and I can't wait to read this one. Is because once I'm done with this whole mini series and read it, I'm going to put it to the side. It'll be one of those things that I end up giving out to Halloween to one special kid that ends up just probably wearing a Garfield costume. I can't wait to not only give that mini series away, but I look forward to not only seeing the face of the individual that receives it, but moreover, I look forward to reading the whole series over and comparing it to what I remember of the movie. It is based off the whole movie, and I've been enjoying it significantly. So again, that issue comes out to you tomorrow. And if you know any kids that are, anywhere from around 7 or under, they will dig it. 7 or under meaning around 5, 6, or 7. They will dig this series, and I highly recommend it. Garfield, issue number 4 coming out, and there's only 4 in this miniseries. That ends it all from Boom Studios on 11/20/2024. Let's talk about a couple more. We're starting off with from the series over at Whatnot Publishing. Let's talk about I Lie Popeye, issue number 3. Issue number 2 was a significant little key. We end up finding out something significant. Well, actually, every issue has been significant about Popeye. In issue number 1 and issue number 0, we end up finding out basically how Popeye lost his eye. We end up seeing significant characters are going to be going on throughout the series. And not only that, but telling us a little bit about their own origin stories and how they came about. These are the characters in which, in case if you've been, reading this stuff or watching the cartoons of yore, much like myself and growing up with them, then you know that this gives you some background history that was never told before. And it's considerably heavier than the little kiddie stories that they used to tell that I recall. And I'm really enjoying it because it's nothing too overwhelming for any little kid that would want to read it. I think it would be something that would be kind of fun. It's just something that I never expected coming from a Popeye book. And now we are with issue number 3. As we see from issue number 2, one character that ended up assists in the raising of Popeye. We now see how this whole collectiveness of the family comes together and in support of one another to face an impending. Not going to ruin it. So I'm looking forward to issue number 3 because, man, this has really been I really didn't think the series would be as much as a desired series for me now. So it was unexpected surprise for me to be able to read this and go, wow, I really am looking forward to reading this now. But it did miss out on what is going to be my Blue Light special this week, which is coming out from IDW. It is, oh my God, where are you? There you are. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Naruto Joe. Naru. Naru. Jack, I didn't realize you were here. Hey, everybody. Just want to go back through the chat, chill out. I appreciate you being here, buddy. Just want to quickly say hi. And this is my Blue Light special this week. My most anticipated read is, yes, TMMT. And I'm going to mispronounce this again. Naruto. God, my tongue just went away. I'm not thinking, my tongue does not want to cooperate. But not only, thank you, Christina, did I end up getting, well, just a couple of these. But yes, I ended up getting this variant. Now, I'm looking forward to not only reading this thing, but hopefully tomorrow, if everything works out right, maybe I'll even meet the writer and have a nice little discussion with him. I'm looking forward to jumping into the series because, as you could tell, having great difficulties even pronouncing, which my son knows this character well. Naruto is not a character that I'm totally familiar with, though I am during the time in which that everyone was talking about raiding Area 51. Had small familiarity only due to that fact a few years ago when they were talking about that. Now, I am looking forward to any crossover, especially when it comes to TMMT or Usagi Ojimbo or anything of the sort that I grew up with because, well, hell, I just like those type of crossovers. And this is definitely, as you see, being my most anticipated read. Probably after once that I get off this feed, I'm going to jump right over into this book. I am dying to read this thing, and it looks so much fun. And hey, I don't know about you, but that's the one. So I'm looking forward to jumping into this book, and I hope that you end up getting everything that you want on your new comic book day, and that would be for this week, 11/20/2024. And those of you that cruise on the rewind, again, I want to thank you if you could, and if you liked it, and you definitely hung out with all this the whole vid, please like, subscribe. Appreciate you. Those of Cruz on the live. That's Cruz's, Christina, Jag, chill out. And I know there was a couple other people. Mike, I knew it. Thank you very much. I appreciate you being here. And that's it for me. Entropy. You guys stay well.